Welcome back to Newsday. Thank you for staying with us. The Nigeria Labour Congress has cautioned the federal government against another industrial action in tertiary institutions. This is in reaction to the declaration of one-week warning strike by the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education, that's NASU, and associated institutions, and the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, that's SANU. According to the organized labor, there is no reason for the issue to degenerate into an industrial dispute. The Minister of State and Labor for Labor and Employment, that's Nkiruka Onyejiocha, has therefore appealed to the aggrieved unions to call off their 7-day warning strike, which has already commenced. Arise analyst Dayo Sobowale is here with us to discuss NLC's statement and the need for government to ensure academic stability and industrial harmony in universities. Good afternoon, Mr. Sobowale. Thank you for being here.
It's a pleasure being here as usual.
It's great to have you as always. Now, from what we've seen play out so far, it looks as though this administration has somewhat cemented its reputation for being reactive. Based on the stance the NLC took, that there's no justification to have not paid the 4-month salary, knowing the realities on ground. What do you make of what's happening?
Being reactive is an understatement. Get me? We discussed this issue last week. It shows nonchalance on the part of the Ministry of Labor. Nonchalance and lack of regard for trade union members, in this instance, NASU and SANU, and the Nigerian workers in particular. You see, we discussed this issue, and there was a sense of urgency in what we are saying, that to avoid this, government should act. Because they had the new grievance. You have paid some people in the same academic community, reciprocate and pay us our own dues. You see now, it is labor now that is advising government. And government is management, and they're asking government to live up to its responsibilities. The people in the Ministry of Labor should be taken to task. Get me? They are bringing the reputation of this government to treat union matters urgently into disrepute. Bringing it into disrepute, and they should be called to order. There is a Ministry of Coordination, aside from the Ministry of Finance coordinating finance, that is supposed to be monitoring ministries that are not performing. This labor ministry is not performing. We discussed this issue last week. Simple issue. You've paid some people 4 months salary. Pay us our own. You are giving notice. I haven't acknowledged them that they are placing the cart before the horse in issuing the strike. But they issued the notice, and a week has passed, and the minister is coming out now to say they could not meet them until maybe yesterday or so, and they had to do virtual meeting. You see, I have always been suspicious about this Zoom thing. I never attended any Zoom thing during COVID. It's a COVID weapon to ostracize and not want to meet people. You get me? COVID is gone. All the ministry could be able to do was to have a television conversation after 7 days. And let me commend the labor leader, NLC, and ASU. They have come to show solidarity. And on a legitimate case, the ball is in the court of government to call its own house to order and ask labor to live up to its responsibilities. Or find people who have empathy for industrial relations and who wants to meet people and solve problems, not people who create an avenue for inability to discuss and are reverting to virtual meetings. That era is gone.
Well, you might say that era is
yes.
gone, but looking at it closely, how do we create, like you said, a sense of urgency, and how do we position ourselves that our disposition when it comes to urgent matters be taken seriously? Because You might mention this particular administration in terms of the Ministry of Labor, but we've seen this particular characteristics and these predilectives all spill from time past to this very moment, whereby as soon as you hear that there will be a strike action, it's almost like you're going to war. So let's see who will be the first to blink. And that has been the case. How do we present our cases that the day we decide to actually go on an industrial action, it is taken very serious, or the day that that particular option becomes open on the table, it is taken very seriously, as against every other month, one particular disgruntled section of society are saying that they are actually seeking industrial action.
This is very apparent. The notice has not been taken seriously.
True.
And it's condemnable. Do you get me? This time, the blame is on the side of government, not on labor. Government should take warnings from labor seriously. This has not been done on this occasion. So let us castigate government for that and see what they do next. We discussed it here. Mm-hmm. The minister cannot claim ignorance. It was done. You know, Nigerian
the
press.
The president himself said it is almost laughable the way trade unions, labor are always quick under his administration to actually use that particular joker.
We didn't say that. What he said was that labor is not the only voice in Nigeria. I listened to that. Mm-hmm. But let's leave that out of it. Let us face this issue. This is a university situation. And you know, the situation before, like we discussed there, people who have a 3-year course, they spend 6 years. People who have 5-year course, they spend 8 years. But hopefully, that has been enabling. Even ASU is appealing to government to answer these people. So the system is working well. Do you get me? But when there is a fault, if the fault is with government in terms of response, let's say it. If it is labor, we said labor was using it flippantly. But this is not flippant. They gave sufficient notice. Even fellow unionists are appealing to government to do something about it. And the ministries are, all it can attempt or to do is to have a virtual meeting.
There's nothing wrong with virtual meetings.
Look, it is belated, it is wrong.
Mr. Sobowale, I'd like to ask...
Wait, let me ask him. Why do you think it's not wrong?
It is world accepted practice to actually, when it is not convenient to have people converge under one roof.
This is industrial relations. This is industrial relations. You have to meet labor.
Virtual meetings.
Okay.
No,
so Mr. Sobowale, I'd like to ask.
I resent that for industrial relations. I'm telling you that.
It is one practice. Even government. Even the presidency at a certain time,
that was COVID.
The federal executive council were converging.
That was COVID.
Using
update yourself. That was COVID.
Please,
don't divert unnecessarily.
I'd just like to ask Mr. Sobowale. Yes. I think the question that's plaguing my mind right now is why? Because, like you rightly said, other unions have come up, other bodies have come up, whether it's ASU. Yeah, so why do you think there's some discrimination towards these, towards SANU and NASU in this case? Can we say that it's a case of oversight? Can we say that this is intentional? Can we say this is pretense? What is this? Why is this happening?
You remember the last time I give an analogy. Mm-hmm. You get me?
I remember.
That maybe they are treating these people as unimportant. I give an analogy of parts of the body functioning well and the brain boasting that it leads the body. The answer, you can't pick up anything, and all the parts boasting. And then the nurse wanted to talk. They said, "No, you, what can you?" And it folded up, and the body got sick. This is what has happened now. But luckily, the other parts don't want to be sick. That's what NLC has come to do. That the government should intervene so that our students go to school. They even went on to point out that at this time, because if the students are not going to school, they are traveling back, they want to do exams on our dangerous roads. Please. Labour has shown enough understanding and empathy for government to react. And I'm sad, I'm even indignant that given what we did, we discussed, given the publicity given to even another body has given notice, the technology body. Mm-hmm. Yes, that it will start in maybe 2-3 days' time. Look, given the mood the country is in now, this is not a time for government, any government institution to be lethargic in reacting to any demands of any part of society, especially the labor unions. And then, to go back to your topic again, maybe I don't think so. It is the university system that can underrate, and they are not. It's at their own peril. It's at their own peril. So it's unfair. I think the ball stops strongly in the leadership of the labor ministry, that they have not performed this time around. And they should not let it deteriorate or escalate.
Based on that statement, Mr. Sobowale, that the Labour Ministry has not performed, do you think we should now see consequences for those who are in authority so that we can...
That's the business of government. You see? We have spoken here. This ministry has not heeded Nigerians. Because the press here is very vibrant, very virile. You get me? And we are vibrant. Everybody has publicized it. Labor too has come. ASU, these agitators, and they are pleading with government.
Spokesperson,
yes,
they've actually expressed grave displeasure in the labor unions' action of not and what they described as total disregard for the federal government's concerted efforts to address their concern.
You have sympathy for them. That's your
I'm
business.
not having sympathy for them.
I'm just telling you, it is belated. And they have acted lethargically and lackadaisically.
No, but did they act or not?
They did not. If they acted, will the strike go on? Are you in tune with what you are saying? If they acted, will the strike come on? It started yesterday.
Yes.
It's because they did not act. It's entering the second day today, and another body is entering the battle tomorrow. It's lackadaisical attitude on the part of government. Let government call its officials to order, and let us have industrial harmony. Sam,
on that Samful note, thank you for your time as always, Mr. Dayo Sobowale, thank you for joining us. Thank you very much. Thank you.